We have made it into Utah. Arrived straight from Nevada, crossed a really quick little snippet through Arizona, stayed at our very first KOA near St. George. And now we are at the Quail Creek State Park. They did not have anything available here like to camp. They do day passes. So we're here for the day. Come on. Hey everyone, welcome back to our journey, a recap journey. And this is gonna be our second video where we traveled from Utah to Idaho. We pray that you were blessed as you journey with us. So when we got to this spot, we actually didn't know we would end up staying at this place. We just left an RV park in St. George, and we didn't know where we were gonna be, but we found this spot and we just thought, let's be here for the day while we're praying into what we're gonna do next.
And this was actually the first spot that we actually brought out the paddle boards for the first time on this adventure. Last year when we launched out, we used the paddle boards all throughout the year, and it was an amazing time out on the water in the lakes of Montana. We really put those paddle boards in use. Definitely got our money worth of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. As the kids enjoy the paddle boards, I'm probably gonna go look and see what's in this area, look around the area, BLM land, campgrounds, what is part of our membership, all the things, and then we just ask the Holy Spirit, okay, which one? Whatever gets highlighted, whatever's available, you know, we just kind of go with the leading of the Holy Spirit. If we don't have peace about it, we don't go.
That goes exactly along what we have been saying, is that when we just present things to the Lord, you know, we put it before His feet, and you know, He'll highlight those areas and He'll make it clear, and He'll make just only the one door open, and then that'll be the one that we go through. So, you know, just trust in the Lord in that.
And as we talked about in the last video, the subtle miracles, it was a really cool miracle. Why? Because we got to dry camp here. Long story short, God is good. All you gotta do is ask and you shall receive. And Angelo's over here. So when we were in the rig, the Lord highlighted the neighbor to us because we actually were told that there was no camping available. And so I got to go talk to our neighbor, and he was like, you can actually dry camp. And we were like, what? And we got to go talk to the people at the front desk and tell them we didn't know there's dry camping available. We'd like to do that. And they basically said we couldn't unless we paid a separate fee. And of course, we just continuously pray into all of these things. And we believe the Lord removed that other separate fee, and we got to just be there for the night on one fee instead of having to pay for the day pass and camping. We just paid for the day pass, and they let us dry camp there.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, and so all you got to do is ask and you shall receive.
The worst thing they could do is what?
Say no. And then you that means the Lord has something else. So even if you ask, like, whatever the Lord ends up answering with through the person or however, you get to be like, okay, and still trust that the Lord has you in mind.
Yep.
And then I just showed all the laundry because we were boondocking and
that's how we do
Valley
it.
of Fire.
One huge load, one load in the washer, and then we get a whole bunch of little dryers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
A lot of us, so. And then once we left there, we continued on the next day, and through one of the apps, we did find a really awesome boondocking site right near Zion National Park, which was really cool. It was really, really rough to get in there, but it was a beautiful place to be. In total, we ended up being there for, I think, 5 nights, which was not what we were planning.
It was really cool. We ended up getting there, and there was one place that we were thinking about where all the other RVs were, and then we saw one spot, and we just felt like this would be better, even though it was right next to somebody. But the dude came out, and he was very cool, very kind, and he was like, hey, I'm leaving tomorrow. I've actually been boondocking here for the past week. And I was like, oh, really? Nobody came by and said anything? It was like, nobody. So we were like, perfect. This is where we're going to set up camp. So we ended up setting up right next to him. And then the next morning, he was gone before we even woke up.
And because of that, we had an incredible view of the mountains completely surrounding us. And it just, God's timing is so impeccable. Like, we didn't set that up, you know, and it was a beautiful place to stay, and it was safe. So we ended up here, and we did end up visiting like the city nearby. We got the kids some new shoes, and we did get some Dairy Queen. And to be honest, that part was tough because everybody got sick. Remember that?
Yeah.
But then they got healed and they were good. So during that week, it was Angelo's birthday. And so for Angelo's birthday, we decided to visit Zion National Park, which was gorgeous. Beautiful place to see. If you want to see God's handiwork, his artwork, go to Zion National Park. Actually, all the national parks are amazing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Zion was really, really cool. And you take a shuttle through there.
We went all the way to the Narrows. When you get on the free shuttle to go to the different trails that you could get off on, they're all beautiful trails, but we went to the very last one, and that's where everyone wants to go, because when you get there, it's just a stream that's coming down, and when you follow that stream all the way down,
so this
you'll be
is
able
the
to
beginning
see
point here to the Narrows.
a big narrow, big, huge narrow.
Yeah, it's super cool. And we are not always that prepared. So it's definitely a win when we are. But when we got to the Narrows, it was like you had to have all this equipment. We didn't have that, but it was okay though. The experience of it was really cool. And the Lord continuously teaches us how to be patient, how to walk in his patience with the kids, because those hikes are like challenging with 4 kids, especially our little ones.
Yeah.
So it's actually a beautiful thing in the end, because the Lord knows what we need, and if we need to grow in patience, hey, he gives us opportunities like that through national parks.
Lots of opportunities.
Yeah. It was worth going though. Oh, and we're gonna create a separate video of our vlog, like specific time in Zion National Park, if you do want to check that out.
Hi.
So we are here. We decided to stay one more night. Enjoyed Zion. Make sure to check out that video.
And me and Daddy are going on a date together to Zion.
Oh yeah, so we did go on a date, and we did go back to Zion National Park because, like what we said, when we got to this new camping spot, we were right next to the entrance.
I think 30 minutes.
So we just drove right in. It was
Yeah.
easy peasy, and we just we enjoyed ourselves. It was an amazing time.
Yeah, and it was raining too, so it was an extra layer of just adventure.
And then it started to hail on us, and we were like, "Oh, snow! Yay!" But it was just hail.
That's cool. The next day or so, you know, was a lot of just being still and really praying into where the Lord is leading us. Ultimate favorite view. And eventually, of course, the Lord's like, okay, it's time to go. And so we have to just adjust. Like, we learned how to be adjusters, and we just adjust as Holy Spirit leads. But as we, oh, that's dumping. We dumped.
Oh yeah.
Time to dump.
You gotta dump.
You gotta dump.
Fun parts of, you know.
You gotta
But
take your rig and you gotta dump it.
I love truck stops, to be honest. Even though it's so mundane and so like, I don't know, rest stops are like one of my favorite parts of trips, because you just see all the different people traveling and just the community that might be in the area. And some people are like, "You're from California? Why are you over here?" Like, just different things, and it's just really cool.
The coolest thing you can say is, "Oh, we just travel the country."
Yeah, we live in an RV, we travel.
travel.
But then we get to talk about God, which is also really awesome. So then our next stop was Beaver Canyon RV Park, and as you see, we're doing laundry. And this was like a 3-day stay, just to reset, which we've talked about. And when we were here, I got to go on my Ava and I are gonna go on our date.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a blast, baby.
It's so funny. That energy?
Wait,
No, she said it. She was like, yeah, we're gonna have so much fun.
what do you mean?
They like going on dates with me.
They do, they prefer, well, they just say that, I don't know, I talk a lot.
I don't know
So.
why. I don't know why.
They just love their daddy.
I love going on dates with you.
But okay, so I want to eventually create another video of us dating our kids, because we absolutely love doing that. We've been doing it now for like, I don't even know, 5 years.
Highly
or
encouraged.
Yeah, because we
highly
have 4
encouraged.
kids. So we want them to know that we see them, that we love them, that...
And we take our time for them
yeah.
individually,
Oh, yeah.
not just as a group. Let's all go as a group, but no, individually. And it really helps out, you know, them and feeling not lost in the bunch.
Right. That's true. And also, I mean, that's who God is. Like, he literally will
Yeah.
personally pursue us individually. Like he doesn't desire for all of us to know him the same.
Well, I guess because you're in the group, you know, I guess I'll love you too. No, it's not like that.
Right.
No, it's individually for each and every one of us.
Yeah, he'll literally leave the 99 for the one. He'll be like,
let's go.
I want to see you. I want you to get to know me. You know? And then, okay, so then when we ended up going north, we ended up stopping here at a Walmart. We found there was a leak earlier. And so Angelo's in here trying to figure out what it's from, but we don't exactly know yet.
There was no leak.
Why we stopped? There wasn't a leak?
No, there wasn't a leak.
Why were we
what it was that it rained. And so because it rained, some water got in on the inside. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I didn't put the water hose connector for the land water to get in, and it turned out to just be some water that caught in from the rain the night before. So I ended up taking out everything, and I ended up getting behind there to see if there was something that came loose, but
it was good.
It was nothing. Yeah.
One really powerful thing about living in an RV, and I think if you own a home, no matter what, you got to really learn how to fix things and go in and out and just like how it was made. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
What was a huge blessing here though is that we didn't know we were going to stay there for the night, but that specific Walmart allowed us to stay there. We did ask, and like we do on all the time. And there was a Little Caesars.
Oh yeah.
And we got to grab
handy dandy Little Caesars.
And and they love it, you know. The kids love pizza.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we've learned over this time too, because we used to live in a scarcity mindset, just how much the Lord loves us, that he doesn't actually want us to be in scarcity. Just wanted to show that it was a beautiful blessing. Walmart is right there, and there's a playground right here. So we're at Walmart, went to Little Caesars, which is over there behind that little building there, and we're at a playground now. So perfect place to be for the night. Like he's an abundant mindset.
Exactly. He wants you to live comfortably. He wants you to you know, live in abundance, but not so much to where you're lazy.
Right, yes. And also too, like however the Lord leads you to live, the lifestyle that you live, you know, it's all purposed for your benefit. And so for us, living less with stuff, we get to go and enjoy more other things, you know, and we've found to really, really love that with less stuff, we get to have more experiences together.
But then you end up having too much stuff.
I know. We're still, the Lord's working us in that area. We like thrift stores, so.
Yeah, so we'll just keep on working. The Lord's got us.
Yeah. And then the next actual place we ended up stopping here because the truck we were praying into, are we supposed to continue to Montana, and the truck started acting up actually, and that's why we stopped early.
Yes.
Not stopped early, but we didn't make it to Idaho when we thought we were supposed to make it to Idaho.
Right.
Right. And if you do want to see specifically that place, the Willard Bay State Park, I do have another video for that, and that was because I celebrated my birthday there. So
yeah. So in this moment, we were at the RV park, and it had a hot spring. Warm? And it was a super cool RV park. The host of the RV park was very nice, and we were very, very happy and satisfied with, you know, being there. And we didn't get a chance to go into the hot spring. We could have, but we just decided not to.
And this was a really, really cool spot too, because actually we paid more than we're normally used to. But like I was saying, the Lord was like teaching us to not live in scarcity, that he's the one who provides all our needs. And he kept reminding us that we've never been in lack, that the Lord's always provided what we needed, even if it was different than what we thought we wanted. The Lord always provided what we needed. And so we were able to splurge a little bit and go to that RV park, which is great.
Right.
And then eventually we made it to Idaho, and
yes.
I did not have the sign. I missed the sign, and I was pretty bummed about that. So we just arrived in Idaho, and we made our way into this Passport America RV park called Yellowstone Golf RV Resort.
Yeah. And it's this place is off of 300 acres.
300 acres. And so we have a really cool spot. Kind of see it through the trees.
But this was one of those RV parks that is really a diamond in the rough.
It was literally, as you saw us walking up, the Grand Tetons. You could see
that's so
the
cool.
skyline
Yeah.
of just the Grand Tetons all the way across, which we also ended up visiting, and we have a video for that too separately. But
We were there, and we were able to experience a lot of things that we normally don't, and the kids experienced the first time seeing snow. And that was an amazing experience for them, for us to be able to see that and to see the joy that was on their faces when we showed up to that place.
First experience of falling snow for our kiddos here.
it's cold. And I honestly love just, I don't know, I think it's so important that even as adults, we got to still have that childlike faith and that childlike perspective of just being in awe.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people who maybe experience snow all the time, you can end up taking it for granted, or the sun, taking it for granted, you know, flowers, whatever. But it's really cool to see through the eyes of our kids this enjoyment. They light up, you know, and we get to be that too. We get to actually light up with all the beautiful things God has given us or put right in front of us. And not be focused so much on adulting, you know. It was gorgeous. It was so cool.
Yeah, that was the most snow that I've been in since I was a kid. So it was so cool that they were able to see that and experience that.
Yeah, that was tight to me. How it didn't hit underneath the RV.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how that works, but I guess that's just how it is. All of our stuff was safe. Yeah, and I just put all this in here, this footage, because it's literally just the simple life. Honestly, wherever the Lord's leading us, we only go and enjoy what is in that pathway. He narrowed the path more and more as we continued, because we found out later that Montana was actually our desire more than his desire.
I just woke up.
I know.
What's up?
Oh, good shot.
It was cool when you guys I didn't do snow
yeah.
fight battles, but it was fun to record it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was on. It was on.
I mean, look at this.
Oh, in small spaces, you gotta make sure it's all clean, because you know
Yeah.
that was the challenge.
Yep.
Everybody's clothes were full of snow and all wet and stuff, and the dirt comes in, and we gotta just be constantly cleaning. But that's okay.
You live, you learn.
Catching up to my family over here as they're playing. You missed me. Okay, what happened?
This is, you remember when you were describing?
Oh my god! Oh!
She got me right in my.
Massively. Goodness gracious.
That was nice. Good job. We'll put it back, baby.
That's one of my favorite things about Angelo. He will get to the kids' level and just play with them like kids. I'll do that maybe on the floor in the living room for 20 minutes, but out in the world, Angelo just goes right alongside them and plays, and I love that. That's why they love going on dates with you.
Ditto.
Girls
I was
over
the
there
only
eating
one who
snow.
was prepared with the right gloves. I had these actual snow gloves, and they were given to me.
Okay.
And
The kids were not, none of us were prepared
they
except
did
for Angelo.
not. They did not care though. They were out there.
A lot of this footage I did add in because it's also our virtual scrapbook. I'm really thankful that the Lord led us into this life, because one of the most, I guess,
And then it's all gone.
it's all gone, I know, the next day. This is when we were about to go venture to the city. And then we ended up finding out Grand Tetons was still open. And it was a 2.5 hour drive to get to the Grand Tetons.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
All right. Coffee. More coffee.
Cheers.
Diesel.
Some snacks and some lunch from Walmart.
At the back of our truck. And then we'll be on our way. Right?
And it was so good because we were able to see the glory of God and on how amazing He made this country. And everything that we saw, it was just a beautiful sight. It was a good thing. And we were able to experience and then see the changing of the frozen lake, you know, and the ice on top of the mountains. And a very, very beautiful sight to see.
We weren't prepared for snow then either.
No. No,
like,
we weren't.
some of our kids were wearing sandals. It was kind of silly, but I know.
Yes.
But we persevered, and that's the beauty. You just learn. But you would think after a year and a half of traveling, we would learn by now, but it's okay. We're right where we need to be, and that's perfect. Chewy bar. And we are prepared today. Oh my gosh. Yesterday we were prepared-ish, but today we're extra prepared.
Perfect.
We also got to visit Yellowstone National Park and to see Faithful Geyser there, which you can check out that video as well if you want. The national parks have been one of my favorite ventures, and
I came in here to do laundry, and
this is when I was doing the Mother's Day video. I was just trying to do laundry. The Holy Spirit came over me, and I just started crying.
But we're getting things ready because we might move.
And that's the Mother's Day message.
Today. We're
Message
still
I shared
kind of praying
that
into that,
one.
pressing in and seeing if that's what we're
So
supposed to do.
See, it's such a cool thing, you know, when you're around those types of people, when you're around that fellowship, you're around those people who are chasing after God the same as you know, and then that's why I say it's cool. You know, I think it's very cool. To some other people, they would say that's weird, you know, because they're just not used to that. You know, that's why I'm saying now, let's get weird.
For Jesus.
Let's be weirdos. Let's be weird people. Because when you're weird people, you're not conformed to the world.
Yeah, and it's a good weird. You know, it's like if you're full of like the Lord's love, sometimes you're expressing joy so much more like abundantly than others, and they're like, how are you okay? Like, you don't have a truck right now, or we don't have a truck right now, just so you know. You'll see that later in another
That's
video.
just one of the things that we don't have anymore.
Right.
For the moment.
Yeah, and so people are wondering, like, how are you okay? And it's all because of Jesus. Like, it literally is. And so it's like wanting to just share it with whoever you can, which is why we're creating these videos. And I know these are kind of long.
Yeah, we don't want to lose you. We want to encourage you.
Yeah. And so through this video, just be encouraged that if you ask, you will receive. And even if it's not what you think you're going to receive, like, know that the Lord will provide what you need in His answer.
Yes.
You know, and then another takeaway, I think, would just be to be grateful and to enjoy the mundane. Because this is behind the footage. It's a lot of the mundane. We're doing homeschooling. We're just there, you know, and then some of the adventures in between. But a lot of it is just being with your family, your friends, and doing laundry. And all of it is beautiful. Like, all of it. God is in all of it. And so just to take away that as well. But yeah, so that was Utah to Idaho. Next week, it's going to be when we're in Montana with family, which it was a very unique experience there. As the Lord was just, doing more.
We'll be able to shed a light on that the next video, the next episode. But until then, we love you guys. God bless you. And we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you for being here with us. Have a beautifully blessed day.